Well, it's the first Monday of 2026, and this is kind of the official start for me to actually do something. I mean, I do have a bunch of stuff in the truck to go out. There's a few pieces here that we'll look at quick that I haven't boxed up yet, but this is the day where I kind of really get into it. I've got a ton of stuff to get listed, lots of stuff to dig through, but let's get into some of these sales, and then we'll go over some other sales from the Ephemera store. So if you're rebuilding an espresso machine, more specifically an Olympia Express Cremina lever machine right here. This is what a full rebuild kit looks like, and this was $75. And this is actually the cheaper one. There's another, you can get the official one, which I think is just under 120 bucks, but this one will work just as good. And you can see there's quite a few pieces in here, so this is going to be a fun little project. Hopefully I can get to it this week so I can get it rebuilt, cleaned up, and listed. The last of these spacer kits with the clutch plate here just sold for $19.99 plus shipping. These are for those floor polishing units there that I won a bunch of Diama, I think they're called Diama brush. They're like abrasive discs for concrete polishing. And I only paid, I think, like 60 something bucks for the whole lot. I took the spacers off and the clutch plate adapters to sell separately. So after this one's sold, it's only a couple more bucks, and the rest of them will be pure profit. So I've got to be totally honest. I buy these things. I don't know why. I hate them. They're just they're disgusting. This one's got some corrosion on it. You can see here, and this one's just absolutely filthy. I don't know. Something about these things just skeeves me out. So I know I had a couple others that were listed. I don't think they even sold yet. So these I just put up as a lot to get rid of them quickly. I put a price up of $34.99 plus shipping. They sold for the full asking price within about 24 hours. So this camera came from the Private Pick House. It's an Olympus OM1N 35 millimeter camera, very, very good condition. I forgot which lens is in here, but there's a 50 millimeter 1.8 on it. The strap is like new, even the case is like new. And a lot of times you see these and they're just falling apart. But this Olympus one here it's probably one of the cleanest ones that I've ever seen. It's also got it was purchased at Waltham Camera, December 29th, 1984. It's got all the paperwork, and there's some interesting photos in here, example photos that I cannot show on YouTube. But I listed this thing very high, and I think I was completely off base when I listed this thing at this price. So I ended up taking an offer. It came in, I think it was yesterday, for $125 plus shipping. So over the past year or so, I've done pretty well with these ceramic pieces, more specifically faces. Faces in these busts here, these heads. This one it's in very good condition. It's got some marks on the back here. The faces I had that hung on the wall, a couple of them actually went to the same buyer, maybe a month or so apart, and they sold for over $100 a piece. This one here is going to Hawaii. It's dated 1967, and it's sold for $52 plus shipping. All right, let's get into some ephemera. The first piece that sold is a Prohibition-related piece. January 20th, 1916, from the Massachusetts Prohibition State Committee. Lots of stuff going on there. This one sold for $14.39. The next one, this person bought two. One sold for $12, the other one sold for $15. This is the Smith Wheel Incorporated out of Syracuse, New York. Really cool letterhead there. And they've got a nice logo here on the bottom. I think they made those metal wheels for like tractors and trucks. Same company, different logo. That one was from 1923. This one's from 1918. The logo is actually embossed on this paper here. It looks really cool. But this piece was signed by the president of the company. Very cool. The next two are from the Atlantic Woolen Mills out of Dryden, New York. I've noticed a lot of people that are buying, well, not a lot, but several people have been buying for the historical societies in their local area. And I have to pay a lot more attention to my titles here, because obviously you want the name of the city or the town in the title, because there were a few of them that this person had missed, and when I searched for them, I couldn't find them in my store based on, typing in the town name. It's actually, I'll get to that one right here in a minute. Another one from the Atlantic Woolen Mills in Dryden, New York. These went for $10 a piece, so $20 for two sheets for this person here. This one's the Hoffen Brothers out of Punxsutawney. Oh wait, no, this is Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. This person bought all of my Punxsutawney items, and then he found this one in the store after I changed the name and let him know. So this one is going out to him. I really do, like I said, I got to pay more attention to what's in these titles, because this would have saved me some shipping if I could have just put this all in one thing. But this one here went for, he sent me an offer of $12 for that piece of paper. The next two, this person also bought two. Both of these are $13 a piece. The Jonathan Coal Mining Company, out of Pennsylvania, is it? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And same thing here, January 30th, 1922. Very cool. And lastly, last one going out today, the Riverside Coal Company. This one is Worcester, Massachusetts, December 10th, 1917. Really cool piece. Well, I decided to tear apart this machine because I just want to start pulling some shots on it and see how it performs. I've never used a lever machine before, so I'm really curious to see how it works. Unfortunately, I've got the wrong reassembly lubricant here. This is a sanitary petrol gel, and I need Dow 111, which has a much higher operating temperature of about 400 degrees. But good news, you can see here on the tank, there's no asbestos. And I kind of knew that because this machine was built in 1991, and I think that was right toward, I'm not sure when they started banning asbestos on newer machines. It could be mid to late 80s, but I can't remember exactly. But either way, very happy about that. Also happy that this machine is incredibly clean on the inside, just a little bit of dust. So my guess is that the rebuild process is going to go very smoothly. When it's all done, I'll have it set up and running here, and I'll pull some shots, and we'll see how it performs. So I dropped off all my shipments, and I had a truckload of stuff to bring to the thrift store to donate. And I happened to go inside because I'm there. I might as well take a look through. And I found something that used to sell pretty good. I don't know if it still does. I'm hoping it does, but it was cheap. It was only $3. Let's take a look at it quick. The old Super Shooter, $2.99. This thrift store loves to just plaster all their items with price tags. It's got the book, which is good. And it looks like all the pieces are where they should be. Let's see. I can't remember how many of these we needed. Maybe it's in the book here. So we need 9. Let's count. Let's see if we got all 9 here. No, we've only got 8, and we're missing, which one are we missing? Oh, we're missing the Christmas tree. That's like the coolest one. Oh, well. Well, let's put all these back in the box, and let's see if this thing still works. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. All right, it works. I don't remember if it's supposed to sound like that or not, but at least it works. So I'll put up some comps here on the screen, because this did used to sell pretty good. But like I said, I kind of wish I picked it up or found this before it was before Christmas, because I'm sure it would have brought some more money during the holiday season. All right, it's the next day, and something that I listed yesterday actually just sold on a best offer. And that something is the Super Shooter. So it looks like these have an incredible sell-through rate. I think there were like 500 listed and 1,500 sold, but that's eBay's just searching Super Shooter. If you really dial it in, I'm sure it's going to be different, because who knows how many other things are thrown into those search results. But I listed this for $49.99 or best offer, because the box is really rough and it's missing one of these little discs here. But I did have an offer of $40. I countered with $45, and it sold for $45 plus shipping. Once the holidays are over during January, I typically get into my death pile so I can get that slimmed down and make room for stuff that comes in the spring through the fall. Today's going to be really, really tough, because I've got to sit here and play video games and test them. So that's rough. These have been laying around for a while. I've been meaning to get to them. This one needs a speaker. These two need battery doors. I might mod one and keep one. It's kind of just, my own. But if it's, I don't know. I've had so many of these that I've bought and sold, and some that I really should have kept, but maybe one of these is going to be sticking around with me. I don't know. Let me know. Would you mod one of them or just send them on their way? Overnight, this piece sold, and I actually listed it yesterday. It's a Burns-O-Matic propane gas lantern. This one's missing the globe and the handle, or the bail that they call it. It's also, I'm not going to sell it with the propane tank, but it's in pretty rough shape. These sell very quickly if you find them. They go for some decent money if you've got the globe and the handle, but this one here I listed for $24.99 plus shipping, and that's exactly what it sold for. I'm finding some really random stuff in my death pile that I completely forgot I had. This is an older condenser tester for older, automotive ignition systems that use points and condensers. This one actually sells pretty well, and I just honestly don't remember where it came from. The last one that sold, there's none listed, I don't think, and the last one that sold, it says it sold for $49.99, but then when I checked the Terapeak, or what used to be Terapeak, the eBay product research, it actually went for $30 plus shipping, and it was in rough condition. So I'll probably list this one for $50 and see if I can get an offer close to that. All right, let's get these two items here boxed up and ready to go, because I like to get them. If I'm here, I want to get them boxed up as quick as I can. On top of my box piles, I keep usually one of each box already pre-made, so it's just a little easier. I got the free time. This one is going to be close. This is a 12 by 9 by 6. It should fit. It's going to fit. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Literally the perfect box. Get some packing for the top. I'm not concerned with this getting damaged, being tight in there without stuff around the edges. If it were a different type of item, like it's already in the box is already trashed. And it's got the styrofoam on the inside, so we should be all right. Or not. All right, 12 by 9 by 6. We are at $7.16 from New York to North Carolina. All right, got our label. Let's move on to the next one here. I'm not sure what box that's gonna fit in, but I'll have to see here. So this is, this is an odd size. This is gonna be a 16-12-8 or 18-14-6. It's about 15 tall. I don't know, maybe 16-12-8. I should remember because I've sold, a few of these in the past. And my box is totally buried over here. No. All right. This one I don't have made up because it's a little bit bigger. So, oh yeah, we'll be good. Let's see. What's good about this one, I don't have a globe, so there's a lot less chance that this is going to be damaged during shipping here. All right, so that's a little tight. What we'll do, take these off, maybe put these tops here in a separate bag. Along with, we'll put this guy back on the top so we know we're not going to lose it. So that fits a lot better. We can honestly cut the size down, which we might as well do. This is a Uline box resizer, and it's seen a lot of use. You see all those notches in there from tightening this thing down? Literally a lifesaver. So let's see, that looks like a good size right there. Probably should have measured it first to see if this is going to save me any money. Well, it'll save me money in packing material, like 20 cents. All right, let's get a blade and cut it up. That's a lot nicer. Now, what did I get on my hands? All right, so put that down here. that over there. That's in there. That looks a lot better. Okay, so then what I will do is, I hate taping the boxes up when they're like this, so I'll typically run a blade down the middle. Take that piece. Safety first. Don't do what I just did. And then you get a nice seam across the middle. Probably going to need a little extra tape because of these folds popping up here, but it looks nicer. Two more for good measure. Not bad. So let's see if we saved some money. 16 by 12 by 8 is $13.92. 16 by 12 by 6 is $13.92. So we did all that for nothing. That's okay. Oh, it's going all the way to California, literally the other side of the country. All right, those two were done. Easy peasy. So let's see, what's next? Oh, we got to go play some video games. So I'm going to get to playing some games. I know that sounds terrible. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.